Welcome to Gamers Platform.
Yeah! Good. Oh, baby! Look at that!
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Gamers Platform, the only place to be for all your gaming needs. I'm Adam Wolf, and today we're taking a look at arguably the most popular game in the world at the moment, and has been for a little while, Call of Duty Warzone. Now, why are we in this today? Well, because this is the series where we take a look and see if we can compete at a lower frame rate. Guaranteed, everybody else that we're going to be facing is going to be using a higher frame rate, 60 frames and above. I am purposefully dragging the frame rate down to 30 frames a second because I want to see whether or not I can actually compete at that level. Because I used to play games on console that were already capped at 30 frames a second, so, you know, naturally I'd want to see if it was possible. So that's what we're going to do today in Call of Duty Warzone. I'm not particularly good at this game. So we're going to be playing Plunder because it has respawn, but and I will be using a controller because I did do a few warm-up tests, and I do not feel great with the keyboard and mouse. It just feels off to me for some reason. I can play Battlefield just fine with keyboard and mouse. I can play Overwatch, but I cannot play Warzone or Call of Duty in general to save my life. There's something about it that just feels different, and I just can't do it. So we're going to be playing Plunder and see how we do. I mean, the first couple games that I went through, both my teammates ended up quitting as soon as they hit the ground. So it's like, I'm not sure what's going on there. People be people and people be strange. But either way, we're going to get into it in just a second while I'm going to put the stats up at the top there. I've got the frame rate counter on the top right, but that's not the one I want. So, I'll be right back, and then we'll get back into it. Now, of course, just so you guys don't think I'm cheating in some way, I've got the frame rate counter in the top left corner there, and I don't know how I'd be cheating. Just to prove that I'm playing at 30 frames a second. Hopefully these two guys will stick with me here, or at least, you know, stick in the game instead of, you know. Just to remind you guys, I am playing on an Ryzen 5 2400G with a GTX 1060. Everything's pretty much cranked up except for the texture resolution, which is set to normal instead of high, because I never realized, but it is extremely, like, taxing. It uses a lot of VRAM. So I turned that back down to normal, and we should be getting a pretty smooth 30 FPS. We had there's a few hiccups here and there. I think that might be just due to, you know, the hard drive. It being on the hard drive anyway. I've gone with the Odin because of its high damage. Probably should have gone with a very different sight, but whatever. So far, this feels pretty good, though, on a controller. I'm not sure about my sensitivity. It's up to 4. I'm not sure if that's what my sensitivity was on console, but, you know.
Hostile dropping into the area. Watch the skies.
And I'm rocking a Strela as my backup. It helps with the helicopters that come in later. And, you know, it helps with anybody who might be flying a helicopter. See, we already lost a guy. I don't know why. They just leave. It's Plunder, for God's sake. There's respawn. Okay, so that's that money locked in. Oh, we're first. Uh-oh. Now the problem with this setup is I'm trying to go with a competitive loadout, but it's not easy because when I was testing, I used an M4A1. That worked out pretty well, but this site might not be a good idea. It's just it takes so long to ADS.
Grid's marked. Call for fire.
Look at it. Look at that. Look at that. Look at how ridiculous this gun is. But this is one of the bigger issues with Plunder is that, you know, your teammates, they just leave. Or you don't stick together or something like that, you know, it's just... I don't know. It's tough sometimes. You want to hope that maybe your teammates aren't going to just go off and do their own thing. I guess you could say I'm doing my own thing here too, but
Enemy UAV overhead.
I'm doing something better than this guy. I pretty much cashed all the money, or deposited all the money that we've had so far. I'd like to try and make it to my guy, but I don't have any vehicles over here.
UAV overhead. Hostile dropping into the area. Watch the skies. Marking AR for retrieve. All right, don't look at it.
Quick. Woo, that was close, man. Oh my, this thing is deadly. Why don't people use this still? This thing is insane. Top 5 earners.
Hostile dropping into the area. Watch the skies.
Damn it. Oh. This guy is just going to keep on coming in. That's the one downside to not getting the bigger magazine for this. Oh god, that's not my guy. Oh, what the hell? What? I'm so confused. I thought that was my guy. Could have swore that was my guy. And it even sucks worse because now we have to we spawned so far away from where we were. Wonder if anybody's over here. Because I would really like to deposit this. Yup, somebody's here. Go figure. Ooh.
Enemy dropping into the AR.
No! I missed it. Whoo, man. If I put like a shorter range scope on this thing, oh, we're good. Okay. Is that the guy I killed, or what is that? I'm just gonna hold on to my money. It's too bad we got 9th. We were in 1st for a little bit there. Thanks to me. Well, I gotta say, that's pretty much pretty much on par what I would actually expect me to do. Seriously, that's about as well as I would do normally anyway. Because in Plunder, obviously the name of the game is just collecting as much money as possible. But even when I got into those little scuffles, I think I did pretty well. I mean, this gun punches, so I gotta give it up to the Odin, man. This thing is, I don't know why more people aren't using this gun. It's ridiculous. But I definitely would go with a different setup. Right now I've got it set up for range, but I mean, I think even if I set it up with a normal sized barrel and a closer sight, a closer range sight, maybe try to increase its mobility a little bit, I have a feeling that it would have been a little bit easier to use in close quarters. It certainly would have been easier in that one firefight. But as far as this goes, you know, again, I didn't play the Battle Royale, the regular Battle Royale, just simply because the game, we'd just be going through multiple games one after another because I'm just so bad at it. So, you know, I'd rather go with Plunder, something that respawns. And I think, what did I get killed? Like 2-3 times, I think? I can't remember. But overall, I gotta say, not too bad. It felt pretty good. It felt pretty good. It didn't tell me. For some reason, it didn't tell me. Anyway, it didn't feel too bad. I definitely felt a lot better playing Battlefield at 30 frames a second. This game, as fast as it is, which it is way faster than Battlefield, definitely you need to go higher frame rate. But for the most part, yeah, I did about as well as I expect myself to, especially since I don't play this all the time. But yeah, as far as this goes, it feels okay. Can you compete at 30 frames a second? I think so, but you may not want to with this one, just simply because the movement is so fast. And like that one moment where I thought it was my guy, I turned around and I didn't pay attention to it, and it was somebody else, and I turned around. It was just a blur, you know. It was just an absolute blur. I couldn't really tell who it was, and I'm pretty sure my FOV is at 90 at least here, so I don't think that was an issue. But then again, it could have been. I might need to turn it up a little bit higher for this game in particular. But overall, I think not too bad. Can you compete at 30 FPS in Warzone? Yes, but with an asterisk. You may want to not in a lot of cases. And if you're going to, definitely go with a high fire rate, high magazine count, or just a really high damage weapon like the Odin to drop them quickly, because you may not have the time to react. Did I feel like I was lagged in my reaction time? A little bit, because I'm not used to playing Call of Duty at 30 FPS here. Even on the older consoles at 360, PS3, they still push 60 frames a second. So it's odd to see it at 30 FPS. But it's pretty cool because I was able to crank the graphics, and it looks amazing with the graphics cranked up. I'm telling you, man, it looks good. But overall, yes, you can compete if you're much better than me. But again, we're going for, can I pretty much do what I normally do at 60 frames a second? And I would have to say yes. That is fully what I would expect, especially in Plunder. Again, it's about the money, not the kills. But even when I got into those firefights, I still felt like, 4 kills? Yeah, that sounds about right for me. One of you guys might be a higher kill count. I don't know. But would I recommend 30 FPS for Call of Duty? Absolutely not. It feels odd. It feels very strange to play it at 30 FPS, so I wouldn't recommend it. Maybe unless for campaign, if you want to get the best out of your campaign, if you play Modern Warfare campaign or whatever. But that's going to do it for this video, guys. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. Would you play this at 30 FPS? And if you did, do you think you'd do as well as I did for myself? And please join me again next time, where we'll take on Overwatch and see if we can compete at 30 frames a second in that hero shooter, one of my favorite games ever to play competitively. And we will be going back to keyboard and mouse. It does have controller support, but there's no aim assist or anything like that, so it's kind of wonky, but I'm much better at that game with keyboard and mouse. So join me again next time in the next video for some Overwatch at 30 FPS. And hit the thumbs up button if you like this video. Subscribe if you haven't already. Check out the store. Check out the merch store, gamersplatform.net. Hit the store tab and peruse the merchandise. But until next time, guys, I'm Adam Wolf. This is Call of Duty Warzone, and I'll see you guys next time.